If you're enjoying the Witness Files on Haunted UK podcast, please consider supporting the show on Patreon or Ko-fi. Simply search for Haunted UK podcast to find us. And if you have a witness file of your own, we'd love to hear from you. Send your story to contact us at hauntedukpodcast.com. Hidden deep within the archives of the Haunted UK podcast sits a filing cabinet, filled with first-hand accounts of paranormal and unexplained encounters sent in by ordinary people who experienced something extraordinary. These are not urban legends. They're not campfire stories. They are witness statements. Each file is a real submission, shared by someone who saw, heard, or encountered something they still can't explain. For years, these accounts have remained sealed, locked away, and catalogued. Until now. In this series, we open the files, we unlock the archive, and we let the witnesses speak for themselves. What follows may challenge what you believe about the world around you, and what might exist just beyond it. So let's open the filing cabinet and select a case file. People often expect the unknown to be frightening, but not every encounter leaves you shaken. Some arrive quietly, lovingly, and stay with you for the rest of your life. This is the Witness Files, Case 00. Not all ghosts are scary. I've always been interested in the unknown. I grew up reading books about the paranormal, ghosts, and UFOs, fascinated by other people's encounters and strange experiences. But for most of my life, that curiosity stayed firmly at arm's length. I believed something might be out there, but I'd never seen or experienced anything myself. But all that changed about 12 years ago. My uncle Wally had just passed away. Yes, you heard the name correctly. Wally. The name always raised a smile thanks to Only Fools and Horses, and he took the jokes in good humor, but behind that name was one of the kindest, gentlest men you could ever hope to meet. He was warm, affectionate, and deeply devoted to my aunt. When he died, it hit the whole family hard, but my aunt in particular was utterly heartbroken. At the time, I was living in Woodbridge, while my mum lived in Windham, near Norwich. I drove to pick her up so we could travel together to Driffield in East Yorkshire, where my aunt lived, to support her and help however we could. Woodbridge, incidentally, is an area that already carries its own quiet reputation for the unexplained. Just a short distance away lies Rendlesham Forest, the site of what's often referred to as Britain's most famous UFO incident. It's strange to think that I ended up living so close to a place so deeply woven into modern folklore, especially considering that until that night, the unknown had always felt like something that happened to other people. The journey north was somber. When we arrived, the house felt heavy with grief, that thick, oppressive quiet that settles in after a loss. There were tears, long hugs, stories shared, and eventually a meal that none of us really tasted. Exhausted and emotionally drained, we moved into the lounge and put the television on, more for comfort than entertainment. My mum loved Mock the Week and QI, so we put one of those on. True to form, within 10 minutes she was asleep in her chair. My aunt soon followed after, stretched out on the sofa, both of them snoring gently, mouths wide open. It was one of those oddly human moments that break through sadness, grief and normality colliding in the same room. I was left sitting there alone, half watching the television, half lost in my thoughts, trying not to focus on the snoring. That's when I noticed something out of the corner of my eye. At first, I thought my mind was playing tricks on me, the tired brain filling in shapes where there were none. But then I saw him clearly. My Uncle Wally walked into the lounge. He wasn't solid like you or me. The best way I can describe it is that he looked like a shimmering pencil drawing, an outline filled with light, faintly flickering, as if he existed half a step out of sync with the room. I can still picture it perfectly, and even now, writing this, I've got goosebumps. He didn't acknowledge me. He didn't look surprised or dramatic or ghostly in any way films would have you expect. He simply walked across the room, sat down beside my aunt on the sofa, and gently put his arms around her, just as he used to do when he was alive. The moment was quiet, tender, intimate. Then slowly, he faded away. There was no fear, no panic, just shock and an overwhelming sense of calm. It felt completely right, completely him. If my uncle was ever going to appear, this is exactly how he would have done it. Not to frighten anyone, not to announce himself, but simply to comfort the woman he loved. I never told my aunt what I saw. She's 95 now, and I didn't want to upset her or reopen wounds that had barely begun to heal. My mum, sadly, passed away 2 years ago after a long struggle with dementia, so I never spoke to her about it either. But I've never forgotten that night. It didn't turn me into someone who sees ghosts everywhere. It didn't make the world feel frightening or sinister. If anything, it gave me comfort. A quiet reassurance that maybe, just maybe, love doesn't end where life does. And if there's one thing I took away from that experience, it's this. Not all ghosts are meant to scare us. Some of them are just checking in. One last time. Witness account provided by Richard Barnes. And that brings us to the end of this case. The file is closed, the testimony logged, and for now, the archive falls quiet. But these stories don't disappear. They wait. And if you have a story to tell, an experience you still can't explain, why not send it into the show? Email us at contactus@hauntedukpodcast.com with the subject line, The Witness Files, and your account may become part of the archive. So be sure to join me here next time, deep within the archives, where we'll unlock another case, hear from another witness, and once again open the Witness Files. Until next time, stay safe and take care.